Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Genius Party from 2007 and Genius Party Beyond from 2008, two anime anthologies. Now the first one consists of 7 short films with a total runtime of 98 minutes. The second one consists of 5 short films with a total runtime of 85 minutes. Now I've been meaning to review these for a while, but they were very hard to find for a period of time. My 2-disc DVD set was being sold online for very high prices for multiple years, but as it turns out, they were re-released on Region B Blu-ray in late 2017 and are now available on Amazon streaming in the United States, so it gave me an excuse to revisit them after all of these years. Now, I recently reviewed the anime anthology Robot Carnival, which is a must-see despite it being a bit weird. Well, these Genius Party films are very weird and will likely only satisfy viewers who are looking for something like exotic or borderline experimental, but it should satisfy you if you're into that type of thing. More on that later. But first, let's take a look at the plot synopsis for each short film and my very brief thoughts on each of them. So we have Genius Party from 2007. The first short film, Genius Party, is a bizarre, visually colorful segment involving a bird-like entity, a field of skulls on a beach, and a light show. It's pretty weird and doesn't really make any sense, but it's fun to watch. That will become a theme for this review. The second short film is called Shanghai Dragon, directed by Shoji Kawamori, who did a bunch of Macross films and series. And this one is about a little Chinese boy who could be the key to an intergalactic war. It takes place in a historical setting on Earth, but it involves robots who visit from outer space. It's pretty action-packed and humorous. I like this one, kind of a crowd pleaser. The third story is called Deathtic 4. It's about a handful of undead monster children who attempt to return a frog to the realm of the living. Everything about this short film, the animation, the characters, the language, is completely bizarre, but it is oddly amusing. The fourth short film is Doorbell. It's about a young woman who sees and competes, a young man who sees and competes with his doppelganger. Pretty good flick, and easily the most normal from what we've seen so far here, but still there's a bit of ambiguity and surrealism at play here. The fifth film, Limit Cycle, has some really cool neon visuals, but content-wise, it's basically just a bunch of pretentious philosophical babbling that seems like it goes on forever. Definitely my least favorite segment of the bunch. Very hard to sit through this one. It's pretty obnoxious. Would have been better with no narration at all, in my opinion. So, yeah, that one's not good. The sixth short film is called Happy Machine, directed by Masaki Yuasa, big-time director of anime films. He directed Mind Game, among a bunch of others. This one is an outrageously bizarre installment, of course, but this time it's concerning a baby that ventures into dangerous otherworldly realms, and this baby meets a variety of creatures along the way. Pretty cool flick. And then the seventh short film is called Baby Blue, directed by Shinichiro Watanabe, who directed Cowboy Bebop and a bunch of other good stuff. In this one, a boy asks a girl in his school to skip class. And this is by far the most humanistic and realistic short film of this entire anthology. It's pretty well made and actually emotionally resonant. So that's more of a conventional film that could also be a crowd pleaser. So that's the first Genius Party anthology, all right? Genius Party Beyond from 2008. In the first short film called Gala, villagers are shocked when a huge object falls from space. This is a really neat little film. It has like a tribal aesthetic to it, and it's very unique with its focus on music and instruments. Very unpredictable, but the story actually flows pretty nicely, at least when compared to some of the stuff that we've covered already in this. I think this is a pretty fantastic short film and totally worth watching. The second short film, Moondrive, is about a group of friends who live on the moon, and they search for treasure. Now, the animation here is more crude and messy in style, intentionally, but it's appropriate given the characters and the setting. The entertainment value lies in hanging out with these protagonists while they travel. The ending is blackly humorous. I liked it. The third short film, Wanwa the Puppy, is about a baby's dream. Pretty nuts. It's frenetic, it's crazy, it's colorful, and pretty entertaining. The fourth short film is Toujin Kit. A girl animates her toys using some kind of a contraption, and then conflict arises when the police arrive at her apartment. This is pretty interesting stuff with a nice twist. The animation style uses seemingly a cel-shaded effect to it, which looks pretty cool. I like this one. It's pretty good. And then the fifth one is Dimension Bomb, which defies explanation, but it's basically an abstract fantasy nightmare with outstanding visuals. Makes little to no sense, but the horrific and creepy imagery elevates this to like an excellent eye candy experience. Great music too in this one. I loved it. Really good. So some observations I made while watching these again is that there are a variety of animation styles that are represented in these anthologies, which helps to mix things up. You're not seeing the same visuals in every short film. Story and character development are all over the place. Some of the stories place little to no emphasis on those things, whereas other stories do a pretty good job developing them. My personal favorite short films from both anthologies are Gala and Dimension Bomb, both of which were in Genius Party Beyond. So overall, I would say that Genius Party Beyond is better than Genius Party. If you're feeling adventurous and you want to check one of these out, I strongly recommend that you watch Genius Party Beyond first. And then if you like that one, move back to Genius Party. You can watch them in any order, obviously. So really, these are pretty bizarre anime anthologies. Just know that before going into them. But I think there's some really entertaining stuff in here. And again, these are widely available on Amazon streaming in the United States. Available in Blu-ray Region B format, as I said before. And actually, there are some of them that are on YouTube. You'd have to search for the individual titles, which I'll link or put in the description box below. So you could search for the individual short films, and you may be able to find some of them on YouTube as well, if you just want to check a few of the shorts out before you check out the whole anthology. And as always, we'll see you next time.